Well, hi guys. My name is Savannah. We're a sports reporter with the Richmond Times-Dispatch in Richmond, Virginia. I'm 22, so I'm not here to freak you out guys out too much. But yeah, when we were doing All Metro, we got an email from your coach, Corey, and he was like, yeah, Corey should be considered for the All Metro football team because he has this really great story. And so
Aw.
today we were like, yeah, you know what, let's write about that. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions kind of about your football career there at high school and then kind of how you have moved through some of your big challenges. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Awesome. So kind of just take me back to the beginning, why did you get into football?
I always used to watch football like on TV and like highlights and like mixtapes and all that. I never really played like youth league or anything like that. So I really just think like watching like Luke Kuechly play football,
Mhm.
he really got me into it when I was little. So I went out in my eighth grade year
Mhm.
and then I just took off, I guess. So
Mhm. Was it defense that you were kind of drawn to because of Luke Kuechly?
yes, ma'am. I wanted to play linebacker when I first played, and then I just never switched.
Mhm.
So I think that's what got me into it. So
And what was it like kind of trying out your freshman year at Goochland and being able to go and, actually compete on like the high school football team?
my freshman year was great.
Mhm.
I think it was the best team I've ever been on. So it was great to just look up to those guys and just they were just role models. So
Mhm.
they made me work harder and just get to a level where I can compete and play good.
Yeah, and what were some of the things they did that kind of made them role models?
They were just leaders. They worked day in, day out, and they really cared about it. And they really,
Mhm.
we just worked as a team, and everybody was super nice, and they would just always tell me to go harder. And like after we lost that season, they were
Mhm.
just telling me like, you got a lot of potential, man, and just I want to see you do great. So they really motivated me.
And then heading into your sophomore year, you made second team all region that year. Just, what did you kind of come out and do that year to make yourself even better than the first year?
I just really I was working out a lot, and I was just in the back of my mind, I was just keep striving for greatness and trying
Mhm.
to get better and better and better. So um
Yeah.
we had a great that self myself. So yeah.
And then kind of talk me through the accident a little bit. Your coach told me it was an ATV accident, if that's correct. Just kind of what happened and what made it so difficult to come back to football.
When I crashed, like I tried to catch myself. So when I tried to
Mhm.
catch myself, my arm like broke real bad, and my shoulder was going against the ground, tore my shoulder all up, broke my wrist bad. So it gives me chills talking about it because it's just kind of scary. So but I just didn't think I was gonna play football again. That's like the first thing I thought of because I was just coming off injury
Right.
and played the first game, and yeah, I just thought I'd never play football again. But
Mhm.
I think for my mom right here, she always takes me to appointments or whatever I needed, and it was just it was hard. It was
Yeah.
hard, but I think it was a big lesson because I was like, I thought I was indestructible and like nothing will ever bad happen to me. Like,
Mhm.
so I think it was like a big reality check.
Mhm.
So it really just helped me mature and grow as a person. So
Absolutely. Mom, kind of building off of that, just like, what were you kind of going through when this whole situation happened? What was some of the really hard parts about it?
Well, as a parent, there's really
Yeah.
nothing worse than seeing your kid go through anything um, traumatic, anything painful mentally or physically. So just watching him going through that roller coaster of um, his emotions of pain, first of all. I mean, he broke both arms completely in his arm, his forearm. One was sticking through the skin completely.
he had to have complete reconstruction surgery of his right shoulder. And then they found out that his scaphoid bone and his wrist was broken, which needs a pin. So it was 3 different surgeries. Um, that's just hard, but just trying to stay positive with him. The first thing when I got to the hospital, he asked me for a hug.
Oh.
Second thing he asked me is, will I ever play football again? I'm like, yeah, you are. You're going to play. We're going to get you back. You're going to play. Right now, we got to have perspective. I'm glad you're alive. Glad there's no head injuries. Glad we're not in a coma. But just, that's just the hardest part, just watching him go through those struggles.
Right. And then being able to see him kind of start to get back into football again and start the therapy process, I'm sure was so long and tough. What was it like to see him kind of like take a step up and push himself to kind of get through some of that stuff?
Yeah, I'm so proud of him.
Mm.
It took a lot, and it's more of not just physical toughness, but mental toughness. I don't think he gives himself enough credit for that. He's definitely mentally tough. And you have to have that if you're going to make it through something like this. It was like kind of roller coasters. And then once all those surgeries were finally done and he was finally able to go to physical therapy, I could kind of see that little light in his eyes again, like, okay, I'm getting better. I'm going to be able to do this. And Corey, I don't know if you realized that I did this, but when we went to doctor's appointments, I didn't ask them if he'd ever play again, because I didn't want anybody to put any doubt in his mind that he wouldn't. We were just like, football starts in July, so we need to get him back for football.
Absolutely.
Super proud of him.
Mentally, kind of getting back into football, Corey, what was that kind of like for you?
I was kind of scared because my arm was so messed up. So like,
Yeah.
it was just I was kind of scared, but I was like really excited to play because I had something to prove.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really play my junior year, so it was great. It was great to play my senior year. So I just thank the Lord, and um, it was just it was an experience. So, but I'm thankful for Miss Black, the athletic trainer. She really helped me through my injuries. She would be the one ordering all my stuff, and yep, I just thank you for Miss Black. So
Yeah,
Absolutely. And
Coach
then
took it easy. Yeah, Coach Ruth was like, take it easy, at first, kind of ease back into it.
Right. And as you were easing back into actual games on the field this season, do you remember like that first moment when you were able to get back onto the field after the accident and kind of what that felt like?
yes, ma'am. We played our first scrimmage against Caroline. Uh, it was just great to be out there because of all the stuff that happened. I was just feel like that was my football's like my sport, that and baseball. So I was just really excited, and you know, I made a couple tackles that game, and I was feeling great. So it was great. So
Yeah, absolutely. And what was it like kind of adjusting to play with the cast on your arm as well? I covered the Big River game this year, so I went out and saw you play a little bit and I saw the cast on your arm. What was kind of the adjustment with that there?
um, it really wasn't an adjustment because I don't really play scared,
Yeah.
like because if I play scared I'm gonna get hurt, I'm not gonna play. Like I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
play. But it really was like the first week I had a black brace that wasn't supportive.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got hit in the arm a couple of times that game, and I was just like had to go out and sit on the sideline for a couple plays. But after week one, Miss Black, she ordered me a big foam like pad, so like it really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to tackle people and all that, but it really wasn't a big difference because I couldn't feel anything with the foam pad, but
Mm-hmm.
um it was hard like squeezing the football too, like so. But
Right.
other than that, I don't really think it was a big difference. I mean, it was a difference, but just foam pad really helped. So
This season, you had some interceptions. If this season, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, what was it kind of like to be able to catch the ball with the cast on? Like, kind of how did that all play out?
uh Well, thankful for Louisa and Charlottesville. They threw it right to me, so it wasn't that hard. But I caught it. I caught it and just made sure it was in my left arm. So
Right.
it was funny. Everybody was, when I went to the sideline, they were like, "How did you catch that, man?" Like, it was pretty.
That's funny. Absolutely. And talk to me a little about the season in general. What were some of your favorite moments from the season? And just kind of in your last year at Goochland, just how did it feel to be able to come out strong and kind of go out strong?
You know, probably the best moment I had was when we played Fluvanna at Fluvanna. They were talking a bunch of crap and going on social media and all that, and we didn't really pay attention to any of that. We knew we were going to win. So we went down the first half and it was 6-0, and I went in the locker room. I just told them, I don't want to hear y'all talking. Like, I was trying to be a leader. So um it was a great experience. We ended up winning that game, but it came down to like the last down. It was like fourth down and like 15. They were like in the red zone. So that was just a great game. And I think that was like one of the best games I've been a part of at Goochland. So
And what was it like to represent Goochland in the Big River rivalry game?
it was good because, it was amazing actually, because I know a bunch of great players from Goochland that played in the All-Star game. So
Mhm.
I'm just glad. It was an honor to be in the All-Star game. And um yeah, just like I said, there's a bunch of great players. I know a bunch of players that have went in there and then went on to bigger and better places. So it's just great to experience the type of like competition and stuff with all the players and the coaches. So it
Mhm.
was nice. It was nice to be out there.
And Mom, what was it kind of like seeing him bounce back this year and be able to get back onto the football field and, go out and have a great season?
Oh, it was so exciting. He's always been fun to watch. Like I said, he said, he never played when he was young. So eighth grade, he'd always played baseball. He's always been an athlete. He's always been pretty good at sports, but you just saw that spark. Like he just fell in love with football and has that passion for it. And just to be able to see him get back out there his senior year after all of this, and have a great year, it was just indescribable. And like, the first couple games, I'm not gonna lie, every time he hit somebody, I was like, yeah, hold my breath a little bit. But after that, he took hit a few people and took a couple hits, I was like, all right, I think we're okay. So it was
Right.
definitely a blessing to be able to see him stay healthy, as far as
Mhm.
like COVID and the flu and all that stuff. It was such a great time watching him.
And to see him selected for the Big River rivalry game and kind of represent Goochland and get to come and play with like the best seniors in the area, just how cool was that to see after everything?
Oh, that was awesome. And it's like Goochland's such a great community because he had so many people there too, parents and kids and other players who didn't make it, came to support him. So it's just all that hard work and all of that, ups and downs of the injuries and all that stuff. It was just great to see all this come together and see him be recognized as, as an
Mhm.
all-star player.
Absolutely. And Corey, my last question for you today is just like looking back at your career and kind of everything that's happened so far, just, what are you going to remember and just kind of how proud are you for how far you've come?
Um, Things I'm gonna remember is just like all the practices I kind of took for granted because I always be like tired of this. I just want to go home,
Right.
all that. But I'm gonna miss practices. I'm gonna miss like all the players that I've made connections with. Like
Hmm.
playing football with your friends is just like going to war like with your buddies. So it's
Hmm.
it was just I had a lot of great moments. Like my freshman year, sophomore year, those are
Hmm.
probably the best moments because we were pretty good. So yeah, and now I'm proud of myself, but I could have definitely done better this year.
Hmm.
But yeah, so
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, do you guys have anything else you'd like to add or any questions for me at all?
No, I think we're good. And
Awesome.
congratulations to you for being 22 and being a sports writer. That's really
Thank
awesome.
you. I appreciate it. If you guys have any photos of you playing, and you want to send it to my email, I would love that. And I can use those for the story. It'll probably be out sometime next week, but I'll make sure to text you guys a link when it's out. But thank you so much for talking to me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thanks for
Thank you.
doing this. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.